Welcome to grade 3 Braille, and I am Kristen Steele. We are on lesson 21 of the book. I think it's like episode 30, but we are on two-celled word signs, part 3. We started lesson 21. We went over the word signs, but then we have some exercises, and Nancy is leading us tonight. So whenever you're ready, Nancy.
Okay, thank you, Kristen. Appreciate that. So tonight, and if you asked for the BRF files, they were sent out yesterday. Audrey had some other things going on this weekend, so we didn't quite get them out as fast as we wanted to, but they did go out yesterday, so you should have at least had them for a day. If you did ask for the BRF files of these exercises coming up. So what we have first are write the following in grade 3, and we have grade 2 words, of course. And what I will do is I will just call out a word and see who has knowledge of what that grade 3 word would be, the grade 3 written word would be. So how about the word known, K-N-O-W-N, known.
Jeanette has her hand raised, but it came up before you started talking, Nancy. So do you want
Okay,
me to
well, let's take Jeanette, and then we'll find out what her question is at the same time. Okay. So, Jeanette?
I was just wondering what was going on with getting the lessons that are not yet on the YouTube channel.
So Bob practiced uploading a video last week, and I think Bob is going to begin uploading for us so we can get the rest of those up here in the next week or so.
Because I know I'm missing at least 2.5 that I don't have.
Yeah, I think we're like 3 behind. So
we're like 5 behind at this point, which is why I'm getting concerned.
You would know. Yeah, so I think Bob
only because I number my note things.
Yeah, and so we're gonna get those here in the next few days. Bob has more time than I do, and he has offered, so I think I'm gonna take him up on that.
All right, awesome. Okay, and Jeanette, do you know the word known or?
Oh, I'm sorry, I just
no, it's okay. Let's see who else. Let's see who knows it. And known, K-N-O-W-N.
You have no hands raised, so.
I have no hands. Let's see.
Oh, yep, we do. We have area code 585 ending in
Hannah, I believe.
446.
I believe that's Hannah. Yeah.
You can go ahead and unmute, Hannah.
Hi, I'm here.
Hey, Hannah.
456K.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. Excellent. How about the word keeping? K-E-E-P-I-N-G, keeping.
Let's see. Mary Hop, you can go ahead and unmute.
Hi, Nancy and Natalie.
Hey, Mary. Hey.
The word keeping is 45KING. Excellent.
All right. Thank you. And what about the word? Now, when I'm just taking a few words out of here so we can get to some of the sentences too. So when you actually get the lesson, you'll see more words there listed. How about longer? It's a good Dan Fogelberg song. But other than that, how do you write longer in grade 3? Longer.
Hannah, you can go ahead and unmute.
Four, 5, 6, L and the ER sign.
Excellent. Yep. Excellent. How about the word brother?
Just a moment. Remove 1 second. My Jaws is being stupid. 1 second, sorry.
Jaws loves to do that sometimes. We'll just give it a few seconds to let it straighten itself out.
Let's see. We have no hands so far.
Brother, the word brother. Oh, brother.
Oh, yep, Mary.
Mary.
You can go ahead and unmute, please.
BR and then dot 450.
Excellent. Yes, ma'am. All right. And what about the word clover? CLOVER.
Jeanette, you can unmute, please.
CL.4560.
Excellent. All right. Good job.
How many of
Oh.
us are here?
We
Just a moment.
have
We have
10. So that's
Oh, never mind. I was going to say, can we do our usual stay unmuted as long as we're quiet?
I can do that if you want. I mean, it's up to you guys.
yeah.
It's
Let's
up to
try that,
Nancy, but we've been
because, yeah,
doing it
let's-
and it seems to
we have been
make
doing
it
it, and
easier.
I think it would be easier without webinar, but that's not my call. So yeah, let's go ahead and give.
Okay, I apologize, you all. Sorry.
Because I'm
That's fine.
sitting here trying to write things down and I've missed everything we've done so far because I have to worry about whether I'm raising my hand.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see
It
what you're
just
saying.
makes
All
me a
right.
little crazy.
Well, I understand, and that's get my voiceover to shut up so I can actually talk. So, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Then I think this will be easier.
Sorry, I didn't know. Sorry.
No, you didn't. I didn't say anything yet because I wanted to see how we were doing, and I see how we're doing, so we can actually do that now. But so that's not your. You don't need to apologize for that. That's not your. Okay, that's not your fault that you didn't know. All right. So the word. I'm going to do 2 more words, and then we'll get to the sentences. Now, the word naming. NAMING. How would we do that one?
Audrey, you can go ahead and unmute.
Oh, hey, Audrey made it. She's a panelist, by the way.
Oh. Okay. Why didn't her let her talk? Okay.
Yeah, Audrey is a panelist, so.
I will
Thank you.
promote her.
Hey, no problem.
Sorry.
Hey, no problem.
I'm
Stuff
gonna
happens.
promote you, Audrey, just a moment.
Thank you, Natalie. Hello, everyone.
No,
Audrey.
you
Audrey?
promoted the wrong person. I'm not a panelist.
Oops,
Oh,
Jeanette.
1 second.
It's okay. I didn't do anything. She can fix it.
No, I know. I'm not worried. Plus, I trust you. You're not going to cause a problem here, so I know you.
Why do I not have a search box?
It's
While
weird when
she's-
I come on, it doesn't show my name, and then I have to go out and come in again, and then it shows me. So that's weird.
Well, yes, because you have to go into the participants list, even in the phone. You have to go under
I do
The-
that, but it shows a D, and then I come out again, and it
Did it
doesn't
promote?
show me.
D. Oh, that's weird.
Okay.
And you
That
know,
is-
that's why, remember when I was trying to promote you when I was hosting? That's why I had a problem. That's exactly what it did. And it wouldn't let me promote you till you came back in again.
That's just weird, man. That's wild. Okay, so all right. So now that we are all
Thank
together
you.
again, hey, no problem. Thank you. And so naming, NAMING. Who wants to tackle that?
I'll try it. I wasn't really sure, but
Okay.
what I finally put was dot 5NG.
Yeah. Excellent.
I chose the
And-
right one.
Yes, you did. Good job. So our last word we're going to do is overcharge. How do we write overcharge?
Oh my goodness.
Just got unmute. I just got a request to unmute.
Yeah, your hand was raised, so
It was actually the last one. Let's see if I can do this one, unless somebody else wanted to do it.
Oh, you were the first one to speak out, so go ahead.
Okay, I'm just gonna take a guess that it's 4560 CH sign, AR sign, and then the dropped G.
Yes, ma'am. That's the way. Yep. Charge. Yep. That's the way it is right now. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, now we are on number 6, and these sentences are convoluted and just all kinds of what would you call just Audrey? These sentences are crazy. So
Is that because the words are considered 1 through 5? Because I don't think we've done any sentences from this.
no, we have
lesson.
not done sentences yet. I'm about ready to start doing sentences.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
And they
So-
are weird.
they are just very strange.
They
I'll
are.
tell you that. So I'll read number 6, and so you can get it, and then I'll come back and break it down if we need to. So we hope that through the exercise of knowledge and kindliness, and by keeping the ideal of justice ever before us, comma, we may avoid error and misjudgment wherever possible, period. See what I mean?
I
Oh,
wonder
my
who
word.
made those up.
I have no idea. The staff at Hadley, that's all it says. That's all the book says. So I have no idea who the individuals were, but man, they come up with some wild stuff. Okay, so we hope that through the exercise of knowledge and kindliness, I'll go that far. Who wants to take that? Or take part of that? You can take part of that if you can't get it all, just take it as far as you can. We hope that through the exercise of knowledge and kindliness.
I'll take it.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. I wrote we as the ER sign, then space. Then I wrote hope as HPE space. Then I wrote that as T space. Then I wrote through as .5 TH, no space, the sign, no space. Then exercise I wrote as X, ER, C, the WH sign for SE, space. Then I wrote the of sign. I wrote the K for knowledge, no space. So of and knowledge were together, no space after knowledge. I put and, no space after and I put .4K for the first part of kindliness, for kind. And then I put LI. I tried just putting L, but I didn't think I would know the word like that. So I put LI, and then I put the NESS sign, and then the space.
Yes. You know, the only part that I question, and it's not because of you or the way you did it, it's just, I just question it because of the word exercise. Now, I would think that because of the rule, you can't outline the I between the C and the S because it's a long vowel. Now, that's what my thinking is. Bob, do you want to comment on that? What do you,
I don't know about the rule, but I've always done it because of the because it's using the terminal sign, C followed by the terminal sign.
for SE, right?
I mean, it could be CASE also.
Well, not with EX. Well, not with XER sign C in front of it, I guess.
Right.
Or not-
It wouldn't make sense. CASE.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
So I've just done it. Whether it follows the rules or not, I'd have to look in one of the other books, the Hadley, the 2 books, to see if that word appears and how they write it. That would
Yeah,
be
I'm gonna look that up too, but that'd be interesting to see. But So let's just leave it the way you have it now for Mary. And in the meantime, we'll research that word. And if we come up with something different, we'll let you know.
Okay,
But as far as the spaces and all the signs, yeah, you got everything correct
okay.
there. So excellent. So the next part is, and by keeping the ideal of justice ever before us, comma. And by keeping the ideal of justice ever before us, comma. Who would like to take that on?
Well, I can start it.
Okay.
And then I would not do the space and then the by sign. And then I'm having a brain freeze. Is there an EE sign?
Yes, there is, but there's a word for keep. There is a contraction
wait
for
a
the word
minute.
keep.
Got 4K.
45K.
And by, all right, 45K ING.
Right.
And then I would not space before the. And I'm going to let somebody else go on from here because
Okay,
I know there's
Yeah.
a word for ideal, but I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, let's talk about the spaces between and the word by. Now,
You're gonna
remember
tell
that
me I need the space.
you do, and I'm going to tell you why so that you'll recognize it next time. The sign for by is the same sign as the word was, which as a lower linking sign between two words like that, that should be the word was and not the word by. So whenever a word, you have to space after the words and for, of, the, with, or and for, of, the with, when the next word begins with either to or by. So that space has to be in there. And then keeping, let's see, keeping is correct. Yeah, that word correct. There needs to be a space before the THE there, because again, the word the can only go up to words in front of it, not words behind it.
Actually, I want to
I mean-
clarify that one.
Okay.
Yeah, the word the can usually goes up to words in front of it and not behind it, unless, not to the left of it, unless it's a whole word like more or
Right.
and
Yeah, I was in a whole word sign. Yes, with an upper dot can go up to for, of, and the with from behind as well. But this is not that kind of thing. That's why you can't
that's right.
leave that there. But yes, he's correct.
And I just wanted to mention something about the words to and by. Remember, whenever you see the words to, to, and by, by, they can only go at the beginning of a string. They can't be in the middle. Okay.
Not
So
as
Oh,
those
that's a good
words
way to
too.
remember it.
So that's
Yeah.
how you know nothing comes before it. Nothing comes before the words to or by under any circumstance.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So that's it.
Yeah. So by keeping space and then the, and can someone do we space before the word ideal or not? And the ideal of justice ever before us, comma. So who wants to take that next part?
I know we don't space.
That's correct. You are correct.
And because Mary, you're smarter than me today.
Not. I've just been studying this stuff
You
today.
know, I didn't get there. If there is a word for ideal, I feel like there is.
There's a word for idea. Remember that little
Yes.
trick with the EA thing? We have a lot of these EA words.
Oh, dot. No, not dot 5.
Remember the EA? What dots usually precede an EA word?
Dot 4?
No, dot 4, 5. Dot 4 usually precedes an ing type word when they exist, but dots 4, 5 they like to put before EA words.
So then it would be 4, 5.
An idea what begins with the letter.
I.
That's it.
Right.
And then you just add the L.
Yep.
4, 5, I, L.
For ideal,
it.
right?
Oh,
Because
yeah,
idea
that
is
actually makes
IDEA.
sense.
What was that, Jeanette?
That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. So ideal,
then-
yeah. That 4, 5 L. Okay.
And then of would be no space. And then justice is J, and then dots 3, 6. That's
Correct.
justice.
Is there a space between ideal and of?
Yes, I thought
Oh,
I said
very
that.
good. Yes.
Very good.
Okay. So of justice.
J, and the dots 3, 6.
Okay.
And then
Is there a space?
I don't
After
think
justice?
you have to space because it's two cell words.
Justice. Okay. Here is justice is a short form word with 2 cells, but it is not a 2-celled word sign. Short form is always made up of letters, J and the CE sign. In other words, short form always has, they do not have the dot 4, the dot 5, the dot 4, 5, and the dot 4, 5, 6 in front of the letter, but they are consisting of letters, justice, J, the letter J, and then the CE sign is a short form. Dot 45J would be a 2-celled word sign because it has the dot 4, 5, dot 4, dot 4, 5, dot 4, 5, 6, whatever in front of it. So because it's a short form, there has to be a space there. Now the
Okay,
word,
and
the next word ever, dot
ever.
5E is considered a 2-celled word sign.
and then a
but-
space,
Yes,
and then before, and then another space, and then the U for us.
comma, right. Now, the reason you have to space after the word ever here, it's a 2-celled word sign, is because the next word begins with the prefix B. So if the next word begins with the prefix B, con, or dis, D-I-S, then you have to have a space between the 2-celled word sign, but in any other case, you would not. So in this case, there is a space between ever and before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that
yeah. I'm sorry.
confuse anyone? I just go ahead,
It
Bob.
can be confused, like ever convince, ever disturb. Those would have spaces after the word ever.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Right. So if the next word is either to or by, or it begins with the prefix be, con, or dis, you have to space after a 2-celled word. Otherwise, you do not. Then, okay, so ever before us, comma, then we may avoid error and misjudgment wherever possible, period.
Nancy, I'm just going to interrupt for 1 minute,
Yeah.
so I don't get too long. I said one thing that's quite a little bit incorrect. Remember, I said nothing ever appears before the words to and by. That's
Right.
That's actually incorrect. If you have is or the signs for is or are or be or whatever,
Well, the lower linking signs, yes.
the lower linking signs, they can appear before to and by. I'm sorry, it's a little confusing, but I had to jump in and correct myself.
Yeah, you are right. And I should have caught that, but I didn't.
That's
So it's okay. So yeah, thank you, Bob. I appreciate that. We may avoid error and misjudgment wherever possible.
Obviously, we're not avoiding error.
We may avoid error and misjudgment wherever possible. Who wants to take that?
Well, I know the we and the may, there's no word for may, and we is the ER sign.
There actually is a word for may, and we just learned it last week. So I'm,
Sorry,
not,
I
that's
haven't quite
okay.
learned those.
I know that
yet.
that's okay. That's why I'm not on, getting on to anybody for not knowing it so immediately. It's .4M. So that is a two-celled word sign. So you get the we sign right, and may avoid. So is there going to be a space between may and avoid? Is there a
No
space?
I would
space.
say no.
Correct.
No space after, I mean, there is a space after we, but not between
Right.
may and
May and
avoid.
avoid.
Correct. You are correct. So how do we do avoid? Let's not avoid it. AVOID. How are we going to do avoid?
AVOI sign, the 4, 5, and
Good.
D, and then
Excellent.
a space.
Excellent. So then error.
And Hannah, just to let you know, you don't have to raise your hand. You still have your permission to talk.
Yeah,
So
we're allowing everybody to talk on, so don't worry about raising your hand this time.
the only ones who haven't are the ones that haven't raised their hand at all. Anybody who has raised your hand, you still have your permission.
Right. Error.
Error was a strange one. I wrote it as ER sign RR. I outlined the O, and then I spaced after that. So I'm not sure, but I just outlined the O from it.
No, Bob, what would you do?
That would be correct. I don't see why not.
Just put the two R's, but don't contract the R's with the double R sign because you brought them
because
together.
it's not a double R.
Right.
But you can leave out the O, and I don't see why. I don't see why not.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I did it that way too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did too, actually.
All right. So error, and then is there a space there?
Yeah.
Class, yes, ma'am, there is. Okay. And misjudgment wherever possible.
The and sign.
Okay.
Judge. Oh. Now, this is not my day.
Yeah, I've had days like that. Last week was like that, so I know the feeling. Oh, shoot. And see, even I'm having a little brain flake here because
I know possible is PBLE sign.
yeah. Yep. Excellent. So where, oh, here I am.
Judge, isn't judgment a contraction? No, judge?
Yeah, it is.
No.
Judgment. Oh, yes, it is. I just reminded myself what it is because I had a brain freeze there for a second. And so yeah, there is a sign for judgment.
Yeah.
I had to go back to some of the short form words that we learned so long ago that we haven't used in a
I've got
while.
to really go back to those, obviously.
Yeah, that's no surprise if you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So misjudgment, the word misjudgment.
Take a guess at it.
Okay.
Would be MIS 456J.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I
Excellent.
did. That's right.
Yep, that's it.
Excellent.
Good.
And do you space after misjudgment?
I
Do
did,
you-
but now I'm no longer so sure.
Okay.
Yep.
The space is correct because you have added other letters to the two-celled word judgment.
Even though they're in the front of it this time instead
That's
of
right.
after
It doesn't, it doesn't
Oh,
matter whether
Mhm.
you've added them
Oh,
front
okay.
or back. If you've added additional word letters to those words, that's another
Doesn't
reason you
matter
have to
where they
space.
are. Okay.
Correct.
Nancy, I'm just gonna ask you as devil's advocate here. What if the things you added before were what we common prefixes?
It still says if you've added any additional, if there've been any additions to the two-celled words, the rule is you have to put a space there.
Okay, good. Just to clarify. Okay,
Yep.
great.
So wherever possible, two other words in the sentence is over, guys. Well, she already got
Well,
possible,
No,
right?
I got
So
possible, and I know
Yep.
wherever has a short form, and I have to.
you
go
are
back and
correct. It does.
relearn those.
Does anybody remember what it is?
I had to look it up. Does that count?
It counts. It
Hey,
counts.
it counts. If the teacher can look up something like I just did a few seconds ago, you can look up something.
WHR.
Yes, ma'am. All right.
I don't use that word much.
I do sometimes. So yeah. So okay, we have several other sentences here, obviously, grade 2 sentences, and then we have the grade 3 sentences, which we're not going to get through tonight. So do you guys just want to keep going through these and finish
It's
them
fine
like
with
we have
me.
been? Okay. Who else?
Do we have all of the short form words for this chapter?
There are no new ones. The short form.
Okay.
Oh, you mean the two-celled words? Yes.
Yeah.
They're at the beginning of the file.
No, but I meant, did we already talk about them in class?
Yes, we did, but I can go over them really quick.
No, we don't need to do that. I was just going to say, if there were more, maybe this would be a good time to get them, and then we could keep going from there. But I'm good with sentences.
Yeah, because if not, we'll be stuck in two different. If we go along to the next one, we'll be stuck in two different lessons again. Which, I mean, if that's the way you guys want to do it, but
No,
okay,
I wasn't suggesting we do that. I wanted to.
Okay.
I was just
Yep.
thinking that if there were more in this chapter that
No,
we had not done,
no,
it might be a good
You-
time to do them.
you have
And
been
I
given
haven't
all
looked
of
at the
the new
file
words.
because
Okay, you should have it though now.
I do have it.
Okay, good. Number 7 then is distilled spirits, comma, even of the imported variety, comma, have long been known to be very bad, semicolon, but famished men, comma, whom we may justly accuse of being foolish, comma, keep on buying them as if they were necessary to life itself, period.
Can you imagine the people at Hadley just sitting around the table and making these things up?
Jeez.
You know,
Oh
the
my
sad part
word,
is
this
I
is-
can.
This
Yeah.
is insane, you know, it's just like, whoa. Okay, so distilled. Now, yeah, distilled spirits, comma, even of the imported variety, comma. So who wants to take it that far or as far
I
as
can
they can?
start distilled DISTI dots 456 ED space spirits.
Spirits,
Is that 456 SS?
yes.
Okay, and then
Excellent. Oh, is there a space? Well, there's a comma after spirits.
there's a comma there, so there has to be.
Exactly.
And
Excellent.
then
Yes.
even is dots 456 E,
Yes, ma'am.
and then no space of,
Correct.
and then no space the, and then no space imported. I know there's an important, but I don't know if there's an import.
Well, there is an
There's no
import.
important.
It's not
actually.
important, it's just import.
And I keep getting all my 4 5s and 5s all mixed up, but I think it was that's 4 5 I.
That is idea. 4
That
5
4 I
I.
then? That 4 I?
That is if.
Ah,
It's okay.
it's
It's
gotta
okay.
be 4 5 6.
That's
That is
I.
improve. There's only
I
one
got
left.
one left.
I give up, guys.
One left. It's okay.
That
You got
5
one
I?
left?
Yes,
Yeah.
that 5i is correct. Yes. When and then of course imported, so it's going to be dot
ED.
5i
ED.
with eds, correct.
yeah.
Then do you have a space there?
Yes.
Correct. Because we've added something to that two-celled word by adding the ed sign, so you have to space, yes. Variety.
That's somebody else's.
Okay. Variety looks cool, man. You really get to cut this one down.
Oh, yeah.
Take a guess at variety.
Sure.
I can't remember if there's a TY, but I'll at least try the first part of the word. V and the AR sign, and then .6 for the IE, and then I don't remember if there's a TY. My brain has gone blank.
There is a ty, yes, ma'am.
Let me guess it. .5 6.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And
Okay.
you know
With
how
a,
you can
with a
remember
comma
that?
after that, yeah.
I'm sorry, Nancy. You can remember that. Think about ITY in grade 2. You know that's 5 6
I
Y.
know. That's
So this
that's
is
what I thought
this is
of.
kind of how it helps me remember it.
It's
the
it's
TY.
IT and ITY. It stands for IT. It stands for TY and ITY rather. TY. This .56 is TY and ITY.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, you bet. So variety, comma. There's a comma there, so we got a space. Whom we may justly accuse. Who wants to take that part?
Oh, you skipped some. I'm sorry.
Well, did I?
skip-
Oh, I sure did. This still, even of the imported variety. Yep, I sure did. Sorry, comma, have long been known to be very bad. Semicolon. Thank you, Mary. Sorry about that, folks.
We didn't want to miss any of this beautiful sentence.
Yeah, we're gonna laminate it and frame it, right? Once we get it all written correctly. Okay. Have long been known to be very bad. Semicolon.
Okay, have, I put the H and then I spaced.
Yes.
And then I put 4 5 6 L for long, no space. And then the sign for bin, the 2 3 5, since that's one of those being words, the lower sign.
Lower link.
I put that, and then I didn't put a space after that because it
Correct.
was surrounded on both sides. And then I put known as 4 5 6 K.
Correct.
And then I did put a space.
Yes.
And then there's the 2, that TO thing again. So I put the lower F for 2. And then we had B, which is one of those linking verbs. So
Yep.
no space before or after B. And then I put very, the V, and then I spaced after that. And then for bad, I put BD and then the semicolon, and I spaced after that because that
Yes,
was
ma'am.
punctuation.
Yep. That's all correct. Yes, ma'am. Excellent. Okay. But famished men, comma, whom we may justly accuse of being foolish, comma. So, but let's see. So we have very bad, semicolon, but famished men, comma. Somebody want to take that?
Somebody help us out here. Jeanette and
Jeanette,
and
Hannah,
I
let's see
need
who-
some
the-
help.
The but. And then F, oh no, and then a space.
correct.
And then F, M, S, H, E, D.
What do you think here, Bob? See, I was
Yep.
going to ask you about this one anyway, because the MSH, is that going to look kind of like a weird?
No, because it's second syllable, short
Right.
syllable,
It is. It just
and
looks
the
kind
only
of
and FM is obviously FAM, FAM, and then
Right.
SH. That's the only word it could be is famished.
that's yeah. Okay, I see that.
And
So
then
yeah, you got
space, and then
Yep.
men, MEN,
comma. Right.
comma.
Excellent. Space. Okay. Whom we may justly accuse. Whom we may justly accuse.
Okay,
commas.
whom is WHM
Correct.
space.
Yep.
We is the ER sign space.
Yep.
May is dot 4M, no space. Justly is the J followed by the LY sign, which is dots 4-5
Yes.
space. And then accuse is A, the CC sign 2-5. And I outlined the U and I put the WH sign for the SE terminal sign, and then I spaced.
Okay, that accuse. Now, what would you do there, Bob? Because in the rules it says it's accuse is a long vowel in a stressed syllable. So in the rules tell us we can't outline that.
Yeah, and I think I would do that because A, low C, middle C, SE, that could be an is. I just for clarification, I would put the U, but that's
Okay.
you know,
Yeah.
I was going to ask your thought on that, because that's accuse. So we have that of being foolish, comma. Hannah, what do you think?
I could take a guess at it.
Okay.
Of would be the of sign. And I'm going to just take a guess that you don't space.
It's
Maybe
correct.
the lower B and the ing sign. And I'm going to guess you space.
Correct.
And foolish would be F. It's 4-5 L. And outline the I, or do you just leave it in and then the SH sign?
And then with a comma, yes, I would outline it there.
So it's
Foolish.
F 4-5 LSH. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would do, comma, right. And let's see, foolish, comma, keep on buying them as if they were necessary to life itself, period. So keep on buying them
Wait, we talked about keep earlier today.
yes, ma'am. .45K. keep.
And then O for on.
Yes. Is there a space after on?
I would say yes.
Correct. So buying, how would we do buying?
I know them is the GH sign.
That's correct. Mary, buying, B-U-Y-I-N-G.
Well, I wrote it out, but then when you just asked that question, I said, well, maybe for the UY, you should put the 5-6 in there, but I don't know if I would know that word or not if I looked at it.
B.56ing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Since
But what about-
UY in that case is ing is a suffix to the word
Mhm.
by, BUY.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
and yeah, and
I think I
B-U-Y
would
and
know,
dip.
I think I would know accused before I would know that. I mean, I'm not saying that you shouldn't I'm not saying to put I'm not saying that you're saying, oh, I don't know what I'm saying.
Oh, I know what you're saying. But
Accuse
here's,
is fine the way you said it should be, but this buying looks really, really strange to me.
well,
Even
that's
worse than
because that's because, okay, accuse, the vowel we're talking about is in the middle of the word, and it's got
Mhm.
the words, letters of the word around it on either side. That's probably why
Yeah,
it's easier. By the
it's
diphthongs, the two vowel signs, A-E, A-I, U-Y, all those are not to be put at the end or beginning of a word. So because ing is a suffix that is being put on the end of a word by, it's not part of the regular original word. That's probably why you're
Mhm.
having a problem recognizing it. So you probably would have to write it out, B-U-Y-I-N-G.
okay. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, so buying, then space, and then them,
Right.
space, the
Right.
GH for them, and then space.
Well, remember that, okay.
Oh, I bet you could put the as right up against the them.
You can. Yes, that's correct. You can. Because
Oh,
and
yeah.
for, of, the, with, it, and as can all be put up to whole word or two-celled signs on either side of them, as long as they have an upper dot. So because
Mm.
them has an upper dot, you can put as next to it. And then,
Okay.
of course, as can go forward to any word in front of it to the next word. So obviously there won't be a space between as and if either.
And then if
Okay.
is dot for I.
Correct. And what about the word they, and will there be any space between if and they?
I feel like there ought to be a short form for they, but there probably isn't. And
There
if there
is, but we didn't
isn't,
learn it yet.
Well,
So
it's
Okay,
not,
then I
that's not
would
a
put
short,
a
it's not a short
space.
form, it's a two-cell. So
I
that's
mean,
not,
two-cell.
that's what I meant.
yeah,
two-cell.
there is a two-cell, but we haven't learned it yet. So
So I
you're-
would put the space.
well, remember, if is a two-celled word, not for I. So
Oh,
do
and
we
the thought is there, so we could leave it out.
well, the doesn't matter in this case because it's not just the word the by itself. It's the actual THE letters for part of the word they. And if is a two-celled word. So yes, it goes to the word in front of it. So as if they is all together. Now, what about the next word were? Obviously, we know what that is in grade 2 because that's not going to change. But is there going to be a space after they and before were? Think carefully. What is were?
Well, I would say there has to be a space because it could be interpreted, since it's grade 3, as a parentheses.
Not at the end of a sentence. Or not with a word on either side of it. It can't be. Were is a linking sign. It's one of the to be verbs. Am, is, were, are, was. All of those are. So were is one of the lower linking signs. Yes, you're correct. At the end of a sentence or a sequence, it could be mistaken for parentheses. So you're right. You would not use it there if it was going to be confused with that. But here, they, as if they were necessary. So they, then the were necessary. All that can be without a space because were is a lower linking sign. So the whole sequence, so keep on buying them. Okay, them as if they were necessary is all one sequence. Them as if they were necessary. There are no spaces until you get to the word necessary, then you space after necessary. Because the next word is to. Does everyone get where I'm going?
I understand what you're saying.
Okay. But I hear a but.
No, not for
okay,
me.
okay.
No,
Okay, not for you.
No,
okay.
I understand.
No, I just have to sit
Okay.
down and really look at those rules.
Yeah, you gotta study it, hun, or you'll never learn it. I know it's
Yeah,
hard.
I mean,
I've got
look, it took
half of
me
them.
like an hour and a half to do 2 sentences because I just had to keep looking through the rules in the books and stuff because it just
it
takes
takes a
that
while.
long.
I know. It takes a
I
while.
mean, I don't mind it, but it just takes me that long. So I want to do them right.
Folks, yeah. I did look up some things in the Rothenberg book as we were talking.
Okay, let me
Speaking
do
about
the last part of this
rules.
to
Oh,
life
it's
itself.
fine.
Wait a minute,
Yeah.
we didn't talk about necessary.
Yeah, necessary is, that's the same as in grade
NEC,
3,
that's what I
2,
thought.
NEC, yeah, necessary, right. They were necessary. Then to life itself, I'm just going to give you guys this so we can hear what Bob has to say, because I think we're getting close to time and I want to get this information. So the word to, so space between necessary, the word to, 2, 3, 5, life, dot 4L, itself, XF, period, and there are no spaces there. Does everyone get that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Bob, what you got?
I have found, and I'm not sure the reasons, exercise, you can leave out the I. Okay. And buying, you can use the .56 with the ing.
Ah,
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes. So why that's the case, but in the medial signs, they actually were talking about the medial signs. And when they were giving examples, buying was one of the examples.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
Thank you for that.
Wow, that's interesting.
It is.
Exercise, because it's stressed, we leave out the leave out
I was just, when I did a search, I have the
Yeah.
BRF book on my, and so all I did, I did the search for XERCIWH side, and it didn't find anything. So then
Okay.
when I did the search term again, without the I, it found it in the middle of a passage.
Right.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Okay.
So it looks right now. I don't know what the exact rule why, but that's
that's
thank
neat
you.
that you can search like that.
Well,
yes.
it's because it's an electronic file.
Yeah, you see, mine's in Braille. I mean,
Yeah.
I've got it in electronic, but I like to be able to flip through the Braille book. But
Yeah,
that's
but,
neat.
I have it both ways.
What you
'cause-
can
Uh-huh.
do, you can use both. And sometimes for the purposes of searching like this, an electronic file is very efficient.
Yeah, I can see why. I'll have
Yeah.
to. I do have the electronic as well. I'll have to do that sometime.
Yeah, definitely.
I found an inconsistency between Rodenberg and Perkins. I mean, not Perkins, Hadley.
Okay.
Rodenberg says that you're not supposed to use things like cover, like C.4560, which
Yeah.
I don't see why
I
you
saw
can't
that.
do that.
Yeah, you will find inconsistencies between these books.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why.
So I kept doing it, but
Yeah, that's why great books are not written in grades, because there are inconsistencies in depending on who you talk to,
right.
And so you'll find more than that, I'm sure, as we go
I'm
along.
sure.
I guess it's not completely standardized, but
No.
it's mostly standardized, So,
Yeah.
and as you learn most of the letters and most of these things, you'll get to figure out what you want to use and what you don't.
Right. Yeah,
So
I
I'm
want to
not gonna
learn
start-
as much of the standardized part as I possibly can. And then,
Oh yeah,
what's not
absolutely.
standardized, then, take what I want out of the parts that aren't really standardized. But I want to learn the correct way to do the things that everybody agrees on.
Right. I agree with you. Yeah. So I'm not going to start another one because it is
It's
almost
9:56.
It is 4 minutes till. So we are on sentence number 8 in exercise 21. So if you want to start there for next week, we are starting with sentence number 8. If it appears that we are next or nearly next in line, kindly arrange for me a most speedy trial. That's the sentence we start with next week.
At least we can get a
Crazy.
good laugh out of these.
Jeez, crazy stuff.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know where these guys come up with this, but so
They-
you'll have that. I know it's slow to do these sentences, but then it helps you guys see how things are done. So
Well, I just think it's a very consistent approach. I mean, even though it's real laborious and all, but I do think that doing it this way is, I feel like I'm getting a better handle on things. I mean, I know it probably doesn't sound like it, since I said I took an hour and a half to do 2
Well, no, but
sentences.
that's okay.
it's okay. It's because you will get faster as you get better. And yes, you are doing excellent. Your work is good. I mean, from what you read back to me, you're like, I'd say 99.99% correct on what you pass forth. So
I wish I
it's,
were half as
it's-
good as Mary.
well, it's
Oh,
just
well, you can't-
everybody has their own way of working.
You
Everybody's
can't worry
mind
about
works
that.
different, and everybody's mind works different, and you're going to learn it at the pace that's right for you, and she'll learn it at
Yeah,
the pace
and we're
that's
all
right for
here.
her. And yeah, and so, and we're gonna keep doing this and until people get it, and we're here.
The more we practice, the more it's going to get better and better,
Yes.
And I just think by each of us doing it, taking a turn and helping each other and discussing it and hashing it out, I think that's good, because I just keep changing my BRF with my corrections. I said, oops, wait a minute, I got a space here. Oh, Bob, I had the UI in buying, then I took it out, then I put it back.
And then I
Yeah,
took it
that's what
out again. I
that's
know,
what
I love it.
did. Changed it back and forth. You
Yeah,
have
right.
the books, Jeanette. Do you
So-
have the books you can read?
I finally have them in electronic format in a way that it looks like they are reading correctly for me. That
Oh,
was
good.
part of my problem.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I could, if I get really frustrated, braille them out. I do have that option.
Well,
So,
yeah, but I mean, you can get them on demand for free. So from NLS, so you don't have to worry about doing all that. They
Yeah.
print it and braille it and send it to you. So
And it
So-
comes in a nice binder.
yeah, it's just one of those plastic ring binders that you not the spiral ones, but the ones that have the little thing that slide under the long part. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, the comb thing, or yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it is the end of the hour, folks. So it is time for us to go. But thank you, everybody. Thank you, Natalie, for filling in for us. And
Yeah,
appreciate
thank
that.
everybody. This is
Thank you,
this is
Natalie.
really
And
great.
thank
Thank
you,
you,
Bob,
Bob, and-
for volunteering to help upload those videos, because it really does help to go back and listen to them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. All right, folks. Well,
Okay. I think
we
I'm
will
on
see you
next
next
week, I
week.
think. So,
yeah. You get to start with number 8. So have fun, Audrey.
okay.
All right.
Thanks.
See everybody next
Thank
week.
you all.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Night, everybody.
Thank
All
you.
right. Have a good night, guys. I'm ending it now.